All right, let's talk about integers. In case you had forgotten what an integer is. Simple as that. And integers are very, very, very simple. And it's a very simple definition. An integer is any whole number, including its opposite. Now, what does that mean? That seems like a lot of math jargon. So let me break it down a little bit so you can understand it. I'll give you an example of an integer. 1. It's an integer. Now remember, the definition is any whole number and its opposite. Okay? Now, just to kind of avoid some confusion, you do not have to put its opposite every time. It's just telling you that an integer is a whole number and then plus its opposite. Now, what is its opposite, you may be asking? Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Now, if we look at 1, you're thinking, okay, what is the opposite of 1? Well, we're talking in relative terms of positive and negative. Anytime that we have a number like 1, and we have not even put a sign next to it, we're automatically going to assume that it is positive every single time. No sign, positive. Okay? So this is a positive 1. Now, it's an integer, but also the definition talks about how it includes its opposite. So let's figure out what the opposite of a positive 1 would be. That's right, a negative 1. Okay. Now remember, the key word is whole number. If I write this, is that a whole number? Of course it's not. So it's not an integer. Remember, it's a whole number. This is also not an integer. Okay? Not an integer. Okay? Whole number. That is the key. And its opposite. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And it doesn't matter how big of a number it is. So let's get rid of these non-integers. We don't like them because they're not integers. We're talking about integers. But if you have this, you got to ask yourself, is that a whole number? Yes. Then it's an integer. Pretty easy, huh? All right. Hopefully this helps.